When you're unhappy in your career and are trying to change your situation to do something else, the different career options that are available to you can be overwhelming. And oftentimes that overwhelm tends to lead to you just staying stuck where you are and remaining unhappy. So in today's video, I want to share with you 4 clear steps that you can take to get career clarity so you can leave that miserable job and secure a fulfilling job that allows you to thrive in your zone of genius and live on purpose. If that sounds like it will be helpful for you in your career, then keep watching this video. Hi, if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Dr. 𝙁𝙤𝙧 𝙔𝙤𝙪𝙧. I'm a career counselor and coach, and I help women who are unhappy at work get super clear about who they are so they can find a fulfilling career that allows them to thrive in their zone of genius, live on purpose, and get paid an aligned salary. If you find today's video helpful while you're watching, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. Let's get into the video. Okay, when you look at the landscape of work right now, it can be overwhelming. Like, y'all, new jobs are popping up daily based on the industry, the roles. There are just a lot of opportunities out there. And when you have been working in your career for a long time, and I usually define long time as 8 or more years, you have probably developed a ton of different skill sets that you can leverage in your career. And what I've seen happen when you have those skill sets is one of 2 things can happen. You might start to think that you can only apply those skill sets in the industry that you've been in, or in the company you've been in, or in the role you've been in, which can make you feel stuck because you think you can't do anything else. Or you might recognize that you have a lot of skill sets, and so you have a few different options for where you can go next in your career, which then leads to you feeling overwhelmed because how do you know which one to pick? Not to mention you start getting that question in your head, what if I make the wrong move? What if I make the wrong choice? You get worried about ending up in another role that's making you unhappy and unfulfilled. And so for you to make a career transition in a way that I will say leads to fulfillment, in a way that is satisfying for you and as least stressful as possible, I don't know if that phrase is an actual phrase, but minimize the amount of stress that you can, you have to start with career clarity. When you have career clarity, it allows you to make intentional moves in your career that increases your chances of fulfillment. So I'm going to share with you 4 steps that you can take to achieve career clarity. And I'm actually going to share these steps in the form of questions. That way, you're leaving with specific questions that you can answer. And once you have the answers to these 4 questions, you'll be ready to think about your next career move. Okay, the first step, at least the question for the first step of your journey to career clarity, is asking yourself, what don't you like about your current job? What don't you like about your current job? Is it the manager? Is it the company? Is it the culture? Is it your actual work tasks? Is it your interaction with colleagues? Is it the pay? Is it the commute? Get really, really specific on what you don't like about your current job. And the reason why this is the first step is because it allows you to avoid ending up in what I call cycles of career dissatisfaction. And usually how that happens is, you know, you want to make a career change. And so you just do something else, or you pick something else based on your career history, based on what you've done in the past. And then when you get into that new job, the first time, potentially within 6 months, you're unhappy and you're looking for something else. So you make a change and then you get into a new job. And then at that point, within 3 months, you're unhappy. And so you make another change. Those numbers that I just picked happened to an actual client of mine where she made 3 different career changes within accounting. So 3 different job changes before she came to work with me. And what happens is now you're spending months and years in what I call the cycle of career dissatisfaction, where you realize you're unhappy, you make a change, you're unhappy again. So you realize you're unhappy, you make a change, you're unhappy again. And after a while, that cycle will burn you out. It will drain your energy, it will drain your hope, and it will leave you feeling depressed when you think about your career. So when you can start by figuring out what you don't like about your current job, as you're making your next move, you now have clarity about what you want to avoid. If you said that one of the things that's making you unhappy right now is having a boss that is micromanaging you, then as you're looking for your next role, when you're going into interviews, you're going to be asking about your manager's supervision style so that you can avoid ending up with another micromanager. When you miss this step, I found this is what usually leads to that cycle because you made a move without being aware of what you wanted to avoid, which is why within 3 months, you could see the signs that this job was not going to work. And you started asking yourself, is it too soon for me to leave this job? Look, once you start asking that question, it's time to go. So that's step 1. What don't you like? Step 2 is figure out what's important to you. So the question here that you're going to answer is the question, what is important to you in life and in your career? So this is not just work-based. When you think about the life you want to live, your ideal lifestyle, what's important to you? When you answer this question, it will allow you to get super clear about your work boundaries, what you will and will not stand for in the world of work. Clarity about your work boundaries then helps you understand which companies and industries are going to be most aligned for you. Which companies or industries are you most likely to be able to do your best work, show up in excellence, and thrive in those organizations. So for example, let's say something that's important to you is access to quality healthcare because you have a pre-existing condition. So you need an industry and an organization that values quality healthcare based on maybe the insurance policies that are available. Well, thinking about that, a job in government or the public sector might make sense because they tend to have one of the most robust healthcare options available when we think of insurance. So when you start by thinking, what is the kind of life I want to live? What matters to me? What are my essentially non-negotiables? Then that allows you to understand, okay, these industries will make the most sense. And then within these industries, these are the types of companies I should be targeting to transition into. For step 3, the question you're going to answer is, what engages you? What are the topics, the ideas, the concepts that grab you and engage you? The reason why this is important is because when you figure out the things that engage you, it's usually the topics, the ideas, the concepts that allow you to go into a state of flow. A state of flow is when you essentially lose track of time because of the work that you're doing. Like you look up and you're like, dang, I forgot that I was working. That state of flow is really quite energizing and can keep you motivated in your career. When you figure out the things that energize you, or the things that engage you, I should say, it allows you to now better understand which industries you will be most motivated to work in, which industries will keep you captivated and motivated to show up in excellence in your career. So let's say, for example, you're somebody who is interested in history and artifacts and historical context. Then industries like academia, going into museum or archaeology, those types of spaces might be make the most sense for you because you'll be doing work around topics that grab you and allow you to experience that state of flow, which leads to long-term career fulfillment. And then the fourth and final step to career clarity is asking yourself, what do you enjoy doing? When you think about your day in, day out, again, not just at work, yes, work tasks, but also at home, in your personal life, what are the things that you actually enjoy doing with your time? What do you enjoy spending your time on? Do you enjoy working with your hands? Do you enjoy researching? Do you enjoy organizing? What do you enjoy? This allows you to identify the types of work tasks and skills that will actually make you feel good and confident about yourself at work. And once you identify the types of work tasks and skills that you want to use in your career, you will have top tier clarity about the type of roles that you will actually thrive in. Because you will know what you, for the most part, want your day-to-day to look like. You will know how you want to spend your time, and that will allow you to figure out, okay, these types of roles over these types of roles will make the most sense for me to do. So let's say you're somebody who is fascinated by numbers and you like looking at numbers. Then you might say, you know what, an analyst position, data analyst, actuarial sciences, accounting are the types of spaces you'll want to go into because you get to leverage that skill of crunching numbers, moving numbers around, whatever it may look like. But ultimately, clarity about what you enjoy doing will allow you to understand how you want to spend your work day. Once you answer those 4 questions, you will be able to narrow down all those options that are overwhelming you and figure out what your next career move needs to be. Those questions allow you to paint a vivid picture of the kind of work you want to be doing, the kind of environment you want to be doing that work in, and the kind of emotions and feelings you want to experience when you're doing your work. Once you have career clarity, all those different options that were overwhelming you start to look a little less overwhelming because now you have parameters that you can use to audit those options. Within 5 minutes, when you have clarity, within 5 minutes, you can look at a job and say, yes, no, no, yes, no. Like you can very quickly determine if a role is a viable option for you for fulfillment, I should say, right? You could do almost any job, but we're thinking about the types of roles that will fulfill you. You can very quickly figure out if a role is a viable option when you've answered those 4 questions. So there you have it, the 4 steps you need to take to experience career clarity. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. And then if you would like some extra support, expert guidance, and a community in answering these questions so that you can very quickly, I'm talking within a month, figure out your next career move, then I invite you to check out my coaching program, Find Your Fulfilling Career. Find Your Fulfilling Career is a group coaching program that was built to help the woman who's unhappy at work, but not sure what else she can do in her career, get super clear about who she is so she can clarify her fulfilling career and get all the tools that she needs to secure an aligned job while increasing her salary by at least 5 figures. If that sounds like you, check out findyourfulfillingcareer.com. That link is going to be in the description below. Again, it's findyourfulfillingcareer.com to learn more about this program and how you can join us to help you speed up your results in getting career clarity and landing a fulfilling job that allows you to thrive in your zone of genius and live on purpose. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below, and I'll catch you in the next video.